I'm just kidding. Peace and love. Peace and love. TC Spiritual Shepherd. You guys know what it is. Back with another one. All right, so I really want to get into this, y'all. I'm going to start being a little bit more personable with you guys. I'm going to do it slightly a little bit different. All right. One big thing is this right here. When we are training every single day, when we are staying consistent, when we're being disciplined, when we are putting ourselves on a calendar, a 24-hour schedule, cultivating ourselves 24/7, you know what you're doing every single day, including your meals, including where you're going to be, what you're going to do, who you're going to be with, what time you're going to be up, what time you're going to sleep, what biohacking techniques can you fit within a day, when is your training, what meals you're going to eat, how much you're going to drink. If you have all this situated, yeah, you think you're busy, but that's exactly the type of level you're trying to be on anyway. The type of level you're trying to be on is to be consistent enough to be able to hold yourself accountable, to be able to live the most valuable life that you possibly can. This comes from drink your water, people. As Tony Horton says, this comes from drinking your water. So we're going to take a sip. All right. The main thing about this is that by getting water, we're flushing, we are creating fluidity within the body to be able to not only do all the cleansing process that it needs to do. Thank you, Lord, for allowing these cleansing process to take, a hold of us and to be able to clean our bodies and to be able to fulfill ourselves, fulfill our souls up, to fill our cups up, to fulfill our cups up. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. All right. A lot of what we too are supposed to connect is the training is spiritual. The training is spiritual. Like when you start walking every day with a weighted vest for 2 to 3 miles every single day, you're new Kung Fu Kenny at that point. You're a new Kung Fu Kenny at that point. And I'm talking to, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about like real new Kung Fu Kenny. You know what I'm saying? So the spiritual aspect of new Kung Fu Kenny, the spirituality of it. All right. The main thing is that you become a new person. You become a new vessel. You are healing. You're healing old versions. You're forgiving old versions. You're forgiving things like that. You're becoming a new person. You're seeing new people within people. You're rediscovering people. You're rediscovering friendships. You're rediscovering family ships, rediscovering relationships. You're rediscovering these things or reevaluating them where you can discover each other differently. And that actually helps you grow. That actually helps you grow. That actually helps you develop the relationship electrically and magnetically, masculine and feminine, depending on what is necessary for that specific scenario. Okay, so I want you to see the type of process that this really is unfolding for us. The people who follow, keep it in the tribe. I'm coming out with new merch, and it's all gonna be keep it in the tribe. And this is stemming back that we originally lived in tribes. Okay, we originally lived in tribes, that we find local unincorporated tribes. That's what it is, local unincorporated tribes, and become members of those tribes. That's what it originated as, is that we were unincorporated and we had agreements with other surrounding tribes. All right. Now, with this too, is that keep it in the tribe. Keep it in the tribe is like you are developing with your people, like your people, the people that you know who see eye to eye with you, like your soul tribe. Your soul tribe, who you guys know each other on a deeper level, like when you meet, you already know them. Okay, like when you meet for the first time, you already know them. That's your soul tribe. So that's keep it in the tribe. And so what does that mean? That also means so this is exactly how we teach finances too. So there's a financial aspect in this. There's a financial seed. All right. I hope you catch it. So keeping in the tribe is pretty much like, if we have all these resources, so like gold, if we have all this resource, okay, if we have all this water resource, electrical resource, we all have all natural resources, etc., and we just have a huge reserve of natural resources and gold and oil and all these different types of things. If we have all these resources, I'm not talking about like what people would think. All right. The main thing is that we would conserve them, preserve them, keep them safe, and we keep them safe. They're in a safe. There's securities. It's there. It's secure, that we don't use it. So this is what teaches naturality, is that you know that you're not going to exploit the earth. I just got to say, you're not going to exploit the earth. What you're going to do is you're going to say that I'm not expendable, and I'm not going to exploit the earth, and I'm not going to be an enslaved property or corporation or sole proprietor or any of these different types of things to a normal type of corporation. It's really starting to see something a lot different. So we're not going to consent to those types of things. We're just not going to do it. What we're going to do is we're going to connect more with nature, more with unison, more with going outside, more with being in nature, doing breath work, more with drinking water, more with fasting, more with consuming natural fruits or natural things. Like, even if you eat meat, I would say that's way more natural than eating an Impossible burger that literally is genetically modified. Is way better to do that. That's why I say, like, just do what you will. But not do what you will, I guess, because that's like terrible, I've learned. But ultimately, you know, like, everyone's going to do what they want anyways. And so it's all about centering yourself more with nature, is that you just start to consume more natural or naturopathic types of things. All right. Now, the development is that we start to supplement, we start to build our nutrition plans, we start to build our fluids, okay, our fluids, our nutrition, our supplements, and being able to be more resourceful, that we become more resourceful, and we don't always hand that out. We are spiritually discerning to it. That we are spiritually discerning to how our cup is to be filled up. So let's kind of get into this as well, is that if I poke holes in a cup, that's your energy draining to other people's cups. And so your cup will never, ever be full. So you guys have to see the mindset of that. If you fill your own cup up and then eventually you keep pouring, eventually you can fill all the other cups up, and then your cup is still full and overflowing. So there's that mindset. And then two, some people even get confused that when you start filling their cups up and their cups are overflowing and filled up, they lose confusion between whether it's you or them. And actually, this isn't not necessarily a bad thing. This is kind of the mindset of if I light a candle, it won't necessarily mean that my candle's not lit. Actually, now both of our candles are lit. There's double the amount of light for a single amount of effort. So these are the types of analogies that we have to develop, is that what we're doing is when we are going from one cup to another cup and we are filling this cup up. All right. So we're filling this cup up. We are going to not only fill this cup up. So if they get confused and they're not necessarily somebody who respects your energy, don't allow them to disrespect you. You just have to remove your cup. And you have to remove your table. And so that the whole thing about this is that you find like-minded people, but then too, people who can change, people who are willing to change, people who are willing to adapt. Like, they did mess up, but then they realized, oh yeah, this is the way. This is the way. This is the way that I must go. I must go this way. Like, there is a right way to live. Like, there is a right way to live. And there's a specific right way to live. And sometimes, like, people don't necessarily even see it. Like, you have to just get rid of all the genetically modified stuff. You have to get rid of all the genetically modified, like, fillers like in your life that just, like, you don't need anymore, and then just live naturally. That's it.